So I see that the Center for Inquiry had their latest Women in Secularism 3 conference in May of 2014. And I was looking on Facebook to see if there was any videos or any feedback from this conference. That's so necessary for just women in secularism. Why does there have to be a separate conference for just women? I still don't understand that, but their explanation is that there's 3 reasons why. To get women back out of the Bronze Age of equality. I guess women, I guess they feel that women are still living in the Bronze Age. I don't even get that. Also, they want to create a world where women can question faith without fear. Gee, I didn't know that women didn't have that. I think the prior conferences were in the United States. I believe it's a law-abiding country, and if there's a problem, you call the police. I don't know if the police were ever called for any of these reasons. I don't know why the secular community is a special case, that somehow they're holding women back from joining their ranks. I don't know. But also, the biggest problem is that women are underrepresented. Well, they also include minorities. I love the tactic of feminists to tag on to the minority or civil rights movement when women were never minorities, women were never slaves, but it's very convenient to, just like women and children. Women are not children, they were children at one point. But women are underrepresented. And can we right this wrong? First, my comment right away is, what wrong? Is that wrong? If women are not in parity in numbers with men in the secular movement, that's wrong. Why is that wrong? Maybe they have less interest in it. People of all different colors and stripes and beliefs have different interests in different things. So if it's not even between all the different groups, that's wrong somehow. What's wrong is not allowing people to practice their beliefs or non-beliefs. That's wrong. I don't see any problems with that in the secular movement. Melody Hensley. So let me just read what they have on their Facebook. I sort of got ahead of myself, but here. Melody Hensley says, for some of those who were women in secularism and were skeptical about what CFI works on regarding reproductive rights, this is what I'm getting to. Please check out our Office of Public Policy page. As an aside, I did check that, and what she says is right here. Some of the issues we have worked on this year include trying to stop abstinence-only education, promoting comprehensive sex ed, fighting for our freedom to choose, combating religious exemptions to health care, and trying to prevent government promotion of crisis pregnancy centers. So, of course, CFI and the Women in Secularism definitely, as Atheism Plus is doing, trying to tag on all these social movements onto the secular community where they certainly don't belong, because it's watering down the message. If you want to be a feminist and join feminist causes and stick to that. You may succeed in that way, but don't water down your other causes with your cause. You're failing. The secular movement is falling apart because of these feminists. So anyway, I had to write to Melody. I couldn't let this go. This comment, this one small comment, where they say that the CFI now is fighting for our freedom to choose. All right, so I had to say, of course, people who are really thinking would have to, see that glaring word, our freedom. Who's our freedom? fighting for our freedom to choose? Well, let me read what my comment is. So, CFI's work regarding reproductive rights include fighting for freedom to choose. Do you include men here? So, when you say our freedom, you either are talking to only women in your group, in which case you have a women's group and nothing more, or you are talking to all sexes, but you say only women should have reproductive rights. In case you didn't know, men don't have reproductive rights, and every day men are forced into fatherhood. Where do you stand? And she replied to me, what about the men? And that was it. Melody, so few words. What about the men? Where's my explanation? Where do you stand, Melody? Do you believe in reproductive rights for all or just for women? If you believe as just reproductive rights for women, that's the typical feminist belief, and that's one-sided and that's bigoted. You don't really believe in equality. So let's just dispense with that BS right now. So I would like to ask the members of CFI, when your public policy says that you are in support of reproductive rights, for who? Just women? Where does that leave you, men? Do you think you should have a say in your future? Do you think that because a woman gets pregnant through no fault of either one of yours, that she has the right to force you to pay child support against your will? Maybe you don't want to be a father. Of course, she has the choice. She can be a mother or not. She can get an abortion. No one will stop her from getting an abortion. She could probably give it up for adoption. With your permission, she could give it up for adoption, be free of any responsibilities. But we see that it's almost always the woman's choice. A man has no choice in the matter regarding any of it. So what do you feel, men in the CFI movement? Do you believe in a bigoted policy in this country where women have choice, men have no choice? Because if you believe in that, more power to you, you're out of your mind. So this Melody Hensley, I don't know if you knew, many of you do know, she claimed that she's suffering under post-traumatic stress disorder because of online harassment of her. I don't know if that can cause it. I believe it has to be violent, some kind of violent traumatic experience, not something that you read on a screen. Doesn't seem like she's very traumatized because she did respond to me. I would think if you're traumatized by reading screen words, I would think maybe you'd like to take a break from it. But that's not the point. I can't question that. But she's the director of the DC chapter of CFI, the Center for Inquiry. And she and I don't know, hundreds of these followers believe that they can't attend conferences freely with men, or do they need to control? It's got to be a woman's empowered panel, or just women. Even people who tend to agree with the tenets of or believe in equality. I mean, they a lot of these people think that feminism does believe in equality, but you know, these people would be mistaken. But even those people are questioning this Women in Secularism, that all of a sudden you have to have a vagina to speak on the panel, and if you, whether you have a vagina or not, if you either don't like the organizers or you don't agree with everything the organizers say or believe, then you don't have a space to speak. Doesn't seem like a very free and open exchange of ideas to me. Yeah, I suspect that whole Women in Secularism thing would just be, they should just drop the secularism part and just say women feminists united. do that.